Hi, everyone. Welcome. It is Financial Sharktress, Galit Sadiq, with another episode of Money Monday Live. So I'm back to coming live to you every week. This week, I'm coming to you from New York. I was here for an amazing purpose and an amazing event, and so excited to tell you about it just because it was so really cool. Hopefully, everybody can hear me. And I'm still new at also going live to Instagram, so hopefully that is working as well. I really hope so. But this weekend, a nonprofit that I'm a part of, Rockaway Creates, we had our first ever gala, and we got to honor 11 other nonprofits. And this is something that's like so dear to us. Rockaway Creates is really all about bringing the community together, having entrepreneurs, creatives, small businesses, whoever it is, just being a community and lifting each other up. And part of that is recognizing the other nonprofits that are doing amazing, amazing work in the Rockaways and beyond. So it was really cool to be able to do that. It went off so well. I'm so excited. If you went, it like went off without a hitch. It was beautiful. It was an amazing night. It was magical, and everybody had a blast, and I'm so grateful that it worked out well. So that being said, I'm freezing here in New York, and I'm excited to go back to Arizona this week. And um, let's talk about what also is happening this week and next, but mostly this week. So, if you own a small business, or if you work for businesses, but you don't work as an employee, sometimes you work for businesses as a contractor. And a lot of businesses, small businesses, larger businesses, they use independent contractors for all sorts of things. Now, like that's consulting work, that is accounting work, someone like me, um, that's legal work, all of that. Um, those people that are still, you are paying something to for doing a service for you. Um, you can't give them a W-2. They don't work for you. They're not your employee. They don't pass the test to be an employee, meaning, you know, you don't give them their schedule. They work on their own time. They set their hours. They set their rates. There are so many different components, but definitely look up whether someone is properly classified as a 1099 or as an employee. Um, and if they are a 1099, that is an independent contractor, and a 1099 means that's what they get at the end of the year. So we just closed out 2023. We're now in 2024. In order for independent contractors to file their taxes, they need to get 1099s from the businesses that they worked for. So the way that that happens is the independent contractor, like me, or my company actually, um, we would give, or the business would request us to give them a W-9. And we fill out the W-9, we send it to the businesses. If you've got independent contractors that you're working with, that could be businesses, that could be individuals, right? They could have a EIN number, which is for an entity. They could have a social security number, so that's an individual. They could have an ITIN number, all different ones, but they would give you a W-9 and then you have to issue them a 1099. Now, that has to happen before January 31st of 2024. So if you're issuing for 2023, got to happen at the end of the first month of 2024. So that's what's happening this week, right? So if you are a small business, if you just realized that you have had contractors working for you all of last year, that's something that you need to get on right now because time is of the essence. And you could still e-file them. So please make sure that you contact even someone like me that can help you or point you in the right direction. Your accountant can also help with this. Now, what are the things that you have to think about before issuing somebody a 1099? So these are payments for things like contract labor, commissions, director fees, and any other non-employee compensation. You will get 1099s also from dividends, interest, royalties. So if you're paying anybody any of those, you're going to want to issue them a 1099. Professional fees, so someone like me, like accounting, consulting, things like that. Those are professional fees. Anything that you have paid someone who is not an employee to you, besides for buying inventory, anything you have paid $600 or more as a general rule, you want to issue them a 1099. Rent. So if you are paying rent to someone or to an entity, you want to issue them a 1099. Now, there are some exceptions. So one of the exceptions is if the person you are paying or the entity that you are paying is a corporation, you are not required to do that, except for in the case of legal fees. So legal fees, you want to issue anything over 600, no matter what the entity is. So whether it's a corporation or an LLC or a partnership, you want to make sure that you issue those to them. For everybody else, if it's a corporation, you don't have to worry about it. If you bought inventory, if you bought like raw materials, then you don't have to worry about that. If you paid for the services with credit card, that's another caveat. If you paid for it with credit card, it's on the credit card company to issue them the 1099, so don't worry about it. Ooh, I just got a comment saying, allow share, please. Okay, I will tell you how you can share. I know that in some of my groups and in some of the places, you're not going to be able to share this. If you're on Instagram Live, I will post this video as a reel later. And if you are on Facebook, then find my personal page, Galit Howard, and it's shareable there. So you can also friend me on Facebook. I won't bite, but it will be shareable there. So you will be able to do that. Okay, so back to 1099s. So you don't have to issue it for somebody that you paid with credit card, right? You want to do it for people that you paid with cash, people that you paid with ACH, people that you paid with Zelle. Those are the places that you want to issue it, and you don't have to issue it to corporations. Other than that, it's really $600 or more, except for payments to attorneys for settlements. That's all. Like any payments to attorneys for settlements you want to issue a 1099 for. no matter what the cost. You will most likely get 1099s from like your bank account or your investments if you made $10 or more in interest, let's say. So that's kind of how 1099s work and the people who need to get them. And if you are a contract worker, when you can expect yours by. Um, we The deadline is January 31st. So if you are a small business, if you are a business and you need to file, now is the time. If you haven't already, contact me, contact your accountant, contact somebody that can help you file them. The second topic for tonight, just because, we're talking taxes, we're talking accountants, we're talking getting ready for year end, we're talking about closing out last year. This is the time to get on that, right? Corporate taxes are going to be due in March. Everybody's individual taxes are going to be due in April. If you haven't done anything with your books all year long, if you've got so much backup, now is the time to start working on it. And what I want you to do is work on it a little bit per day or a little bit per week. Because what happens is, and I find this with my clients inevitably, a couple of clients a year, that they get to the end of the year or they get to this time when like late January, February, or March, and they are freaking out because they have not done anything and they wait and they want to do it all in one day. It is going to be so overwhelming. If you have, especially if you run a business, if you are waiting until the last second to do your business taxes, two things are going to happen. One, it's going to be super overwhelming and you are going to drive yourself nuts until you get it done, or or, right? So it could be or, and it could be and as well. You are going to end up paying more. Let me say that again. You are going to end up paying more to someone else to do your taxes, to do your books in a rush last minute. Just how it is. The busier we get, the further we get into tax season, the more people that come up to us wanting everything done in 1 or 2 weeks. And that means, like, for someone like me, that means that I am stopping everything that I am doing in order to get these books done. I am putting priority on this. And in order for me to put priority on this, I charge a premium for that, right? Because that means all of the clients that pay me every month, I need to also do their work, but I need to put their work to the side, focus on your work, and then go back to what I was doing with them. Or I need to hire additional people to come in and help out. Both of those things cost me money. And if I'm going to spend all night working on something instead of sleeping, there's going to be a fee that comes with that. And that it goes the same with anybody in my profession and with accountants, right? If you are going to have them do your books instead of you doing your books, you're going to pay for somebody to do that. You're going to pay for maybe, even if it's not the accountant himself, you're going to pay for a junior bookkeeper or a junior accountant or someone else to do that. So please make sure that you go ahead and you take care of it, because the other thing that happens is you know best. You know what that transaction in March for $1,000 of cash that you took out of the bank. You know that maybe you didn't put that in your pocket. Maybe you took that cash out to pay someone else and you've got the receipts sitting somewhere. You know that. I don't know that. The accountant doesn't know that. But that's a deduction that you might miss. That's an expense that you might miss if somebody else is doing your books in a rush because they won't have time to ask you every single thing. Anytime I don't know anything with my clients, I put it in a special category and then I ask them about it. And that's how we make sure that we get all of the expenses and all of the deductions. If you don't have someone like me, then I need you to be on top of it because you don't take that deduction, you're paying more in taxes. And so it's like this vicious cycle that happens because that money really wasn't yours. It went somewhere. It paid somebody else. But there's no way to prove it because it looks like you just took cash out. So keep your receipts. Scan your receipts in when you get them. If you are using QuickBooks Online, I love QuickBooks Online for this reason and others, but you can take photos of your receipts as it happens and upload them into QuickBooks Online. It is so easy. And if you need help with that, contact me privately and I will help you with that. I always have free 15-minute discovery calls, and I'm not crazy about like, oh, we have to only talk about working together. I will give you as much help and information in 15 minutes as I possibly can, right? Because I believe that knowledge should be shared. I believe that I don't have to hold on to that. If you want to work with me, you're going to work with me, and that's awesome. And if you're not going to work with me, then maybe you will in the future. And if you're not going to work with me in the future, then I'm okay with that too. I'll help you as much as I can. That's just how I run my business. That's how I run my life. And that's just how I feel is the best way to do what I do. Because not everyone's for me, and that's okay. So please get on that. Take time, put it on your calendar, set your schedule so that once a week for an hour, you work on your books, or once a day for 10 minutes, for 20 minutes. Whatever you think you can handle without getting overwhelmed, I want you to do, and set it up now so that you start working on your book so that you are not in a position in March, in April of freaking out and pulling your hair out. Okay. I'm just going to take a look at the comments coming in on Facebook. Rebecca. Oh, she got it. Thanks. And Rebecca finished. Oh, did you finish your taxes today? Woo! That's some pro level. That is pro level. Yeah. So please make sure also to, you know, reach out to your local accountants and let them know what you're up to and find out what their deadlines for filing your taxes are. And if you have a regular W-2 income, I mean, this is for you too. Talk to your accountant, make sure that you file, make sure that you're getting the biggest tax refund that you can get, and use that money for something amazing, either a vacation or put it in savings or pay down debt. Like, do something great with that money. Until next week, that's it. Have an amazing night. Happy Money Monday. And as always, if you have any questions, you can reach out directly to me. You can do it on Facebook, Financial Sharktress Galit Sadiq. You now know my personal Facebook, Galit Howard. You can friend me. And as long as you're not mean, I will accept it. And my Instagram is financial_sharktress. So all I ask is that you treat me with respect, be nice, be respectful of my time. I will give you as much of it as I possibly can and help you as much. You know this because I come here every single week and give you my time without asking for anything. So this is no different. Have an amazing night. I hope this hits home for everyone and everyone got something out of tonight's live stream. Bye.